Hello guys, so I thought I would sit down today and make a video all about my top 10 all-time makeup products. It's a big claim, guys, it's a big claim. But I feel like I have made a couple of these videos in the past, but obviously the list is always kind of continually changing and updating. So I thought it's about time I made another one and tell you some of my favourite products. If you're wondering why I'm constantly like this in this video, I'm freezing today. I feel like autumn has all of a sudden just hit me and I wasn't prepared for it, and the heating settings aren't quite right, i.e. the heating's not on, but I don't know how to change them and Mike doesn't get back till tonight, so I'm just freezing my ass off here. Anyway, in case you're wondering why I'm like this, talking about my top 10 all-time beauty products, I'm going to start in order of application rather than like number 1 to 10, because depends what you're looking for really, doesn't it? In terms of foundation, if you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, it will be no surprise that my all-time favourite foundation, and this will be something I think that's in my makeup bag as long as they make it. If they discontinue it, Chanel, I'm gonna kill you. It's the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua foundation. This is shade 20. This foundation I've loved ever since it launched way back in probably 2011, something like that, maybe 2012. I love it so much. Every time I stop using it and go back to it, I'm like, oh my god, why did I ever stop using this foundation? It's fabulous. All of these products as well I'm wearing today, in case you want to reference my face. I've got it on my face today in shade 20. It's just so glowing, so lightweight. It feels so light to put on and so easy to apply. It like instantly blends in, but at the same time you can build the coverage. Like a lot of people when this first came out, they were like, oh, it doesn't have enough coverage. It's really buildable, so you can build this up into a really decent like medium to high coverage. It's so beautiful. The finish of it is stunning, and the one thing that I think surprises everybody about this foundation is that it does suit all skin types. Genuinely, I have friends with really oily skin who I've tried this on and it looks fantastic, and they've ended up being a convert as well. I've got quite like normal to dry skin. This time of year it tends to get a bit dry. I still love it as well. So if you've never tried this and you've been resisting all these years, try it, it's worth it. And if you used to love it and thinking about retrying it, do it, because I did it this morning and it's still as good as it's always been. I will always go back to it. The next one is actually more of a new addition. This came out nearly 2 years ago now. It's about 18 months ago. This is the bareMinerals BarePro Concealer. This is a stick concealer, so it is quite heavy in terms of the texture and the coverage, but it's not cakey. I really like this because it's super convenient to have in your handbag. I've spoken about it lots before in favourites and things like that. Such a brilliant concealer. It has the coverage, but it doesn't look heavy. And it is super convenient. The colour I wear is Fair Light Neutral 03. Big fan of that. Next up, a palette that will come as no surprise if you watch my videos a lot, because again I've spoken about this loads in the last couple of years. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. Now unlocked is the important word here because there are loads of these and they're all really good, but in my opinion this one is just the best one because it has the best variation of face powder, highlighter, bronzer and blush, but you can also use this on your eyes. I use this on my eyes all the time. It doesn't really look like I've used this that much, but I genuinely have used it a lot. It's stunning. I use this as a face powder, mix these two together as a bronzer, highlighter, use one or the other, or sometimes even mix these. And then on the eyes I like to use this one as like an all over base. This is like a more of a shimmery on the inner corner. I eat any of these three as a lid colour, and then I like to contour with the darker one, and it just works perfectly. If you're travelling, it's amazing. It's really expensive. I think they're about 70 quid, but brilliant. It's the best palette of the Hourglass powders that I've tried. Really brilliant and worth the money in terms of like getting your use out of it. Next up, Charlotte Tilbury blush in I had a complete mind blank then. Pillow Talk. Obviously it's Pillow Talk. I didn't fall in love, like massively fall in love with the Charlotte Tilbury blush before this one came out. Obviously she brought out the Pillow Talk collection in the same kind of shade as her Pillow Talk lipstick, which funnily enough I like, but not as much as the other items in the collection. She's also just brought out a shimmery eyeshadow palette that I haven't tried yet, and a lip gloss that I wanted to try, but River's lost it and I can't find it anywhere. Anyway, The blush is my #1 most loved all-time blush. It's just the shade of it. It's a really, really flattering tone. Obviously, we're talking about my skin tone here. If you are a similar tone to me, I feel like this kind of colour, and spoiler alert, I'm also going to be featuring the Pillow Talk palette, eyeshadow palette as well. It just really suits my complexion. If you are a similar tone to me, I would definitely recommend trying out this collection and you like wearing those like more subtle blush tones. Obviously, you don't have to be a similar complexion to me, but I'm just saying what works for me. Like, genuinely, I love this kind of rosy, warm tones. I think they really suit me. So this is my #1 most used blush. The other thing I really like as well is that you can get more of a matte look by going around the edge, and you can add a little highlight kind of vibe from the middle. So gorgeous. You could actually even use this as a separate highlight if you had a little brush and wanted to do that. Talking of highlight, all-time favorite highlight, again, wearing it now, wearing all these things now, Becca Champagne Pop. This is a mini travel version. How cute is it? Obviously, this has been spoken about hundreds and millions of times in the past, but genuinely, it's my favorite highlighter, and I resisted it for so long. I thought it was really scary and really OTT and Instaglam, and that's just not my vibe of makeup at all. But it's brilliant, so good. I also love using it as an eyeshadow. It's really gorgeous and makes like your eyes just sparkle. For powder, the ByTerry Hyaluronic Hydra powder. I spoke about the new tinted versions of these recently. This powder is just so lightweight. It's so unlike any other powder that I've tried. The reason why I also love this is because it's not cakey, it's not drying, it's got hyaluronic acid in it, so it's moisturizing for the skin. Brilliant. The other thing, I've just mentioned it, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeshadow palette. As you can see with mine, it is quite well loved. I love this, and I love it because it's the perfect blend of 1 shimmer, 1 glitter, 2 mattes. I find with a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury quads, some of them are it's a bit all too shimmery, whereas this is the perfect match for me. It's perfect everyday shade. You can add a little bit of black eyeliner if you want to kind of smoke it up for the evening. Just love it. Best eyeshadow palette ever, or best quad. Best quad. Let's not go to palette, because then I feel like there's a lot more competition, because this is not really a palette, it's only little. So yes, I think the best quad ever. Love it. And then for mascara, no surprise here, the YSL Effet Faux Cils, always and forever so far, will be my favourite. Again, this, like the Chanel, is something I always come back to. I first had this when I was about 17 and I loved it then. I love it now. It's just brilliant. It gives you so much volume, so much length. They recently reformulated it. What the hell? But it's actually, I can't really tell any difference, and it's still really good. So don't panic if you are a big fan and think, oh my god, what have they done to it? It's not one of those situations. I don't think it's very different, but it's still really good. Love this. All-time favourite mascara. Eyeliner. This is like an oldie but a goodie that I actually rediscovered recently. Haven't used this in ages, and I'd forgotten how bloody brilliant it is. It's the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It's quite glossy, that's the only thing I would say. If you like more of a matte line, this is quite a glossy finish, but it stays on so well. And something about the tip, it's just very, very easy. It's one of the felt tip ones, as most of them are now. I feel like everyone's realised it's just the way to go. It's so much easier. It's like medium flexible, medium length, medium width, so it's not too skinny, it's not too fat. Perfect if you aren't like a pro makeup artist and can draw a line in your sleep. And last but not least, number 10 is a lipstick, and it's what I've got on now. It's MAC, obviously MAC lipstick, always and forever. I wanted to include my MAC lipstick that I made a couple of years ago with them, but it sold out in like 3 days and you can't buy it. It was limited edition, so I feel like that would be a bit unfair to everybody be like, buy this lipstick. Oh wait, hang on, you can't. But this is the closest one in the collection that they actually make, and I feel like it might even be slightly better than mine, because MAC actually are obviously professionals at picking colours. It's Modesty. I love this lipstick. It's a cream sheen. I absolutely love the texture of cream sheens because they're rich, they're creamy, they have a slight sheen to them, as the name would suggest. They're just perfect. They're that kind of, they give you that lip look that looks like you've layered on a lipstick and a lip gloss when you haven't. So they're perfect for kind of on the go as well. And this is the perfect like rosy colour. If you like the Pillow Talk vibe, like I was saying, with that rosy colours, I feel like this is, I haven't actually swatched Pillow Talk next to Modesty, but I feel like they're a similar kind of vibe. This one's like a nice rosy mauvey colour. Syrup definitely came a very close second. And I didn't even get the chance to compare them next to each other to think, because I've actually lost my syrup. So I'm going to go and buy another one when I get the chance, because it is fantastic as well. So if you're looking for a bit more of a actual colour, syrup is really good. Like, this is very subtle. Syrup's a lot more like deeper mauvey. I was going to say nude, deeper mauve. But yeah, my all-time favourite MAC lipstick, I think. And there's nothing quite like the smell of a MAC lipstick. Delicious. So that is my top 10 all-time favourite makeup products. If you're looking to refresh something in your makeup bag, or you are just wondering on like what's the best ever mascara to buy, I hope this helped you out, and I hope some of you agree with me. If you disagree with me, let me know as well, because I'd love to know if there's any products that I love that you're like, hey, that's absolute rubbish, I hate it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.